Good morning. It was around 3 years ago. I was in Eastbourne for work, and I told the stories a few days ago. And walking after work, going for a walk on Seven Sister Cliffs with other people, we find out about this girl, this young girl that committed suicide. After a week, I decided to go back and to go back to the same point where we found the bag of this girl, to sit in the same point and to meditate and pray for her, to wish that wherever she is now, she is in a better condition. And I believe that once our sense leave the body, there is no she or he. There is just a soul. So it was a wonderful day. It was beautiful. And I made my way on the cliffs. It felt heaven. And it was so, sarcastic. It's sarcastic, like, I would say, it was, okay, I'm missing the words, but what I mean is that the day was so beautiful and it really felt like heaven. But the fact is that that place can be a nightmare. If you think about how many people are actually taking their lives, jumping from the cliffs. And it kind of like reflect life itself, good and bad together, and it has the beautiful symbol explained it so well, the yin and yang, a small in something bad there is always something good, and in something really good there is always something bad. Everything gets interconnected. On my way I was thinking about suicide and what he's about, if it's right or wrong. I can't judge. I can't say it's wrong, as I cannot say it's right, because it's a mystery, like life itself. Religions that are humans made up fairy tales, they judge, they say it's wrong. But that being wrong comes always from the idea that we don't know what is about, that is painful for ourselves, and it's painful for the people that we leave behind. Because at the end of the day, whoever commits suicide, the reality is that the ones that really pay the consequences are the ones that had to fucking stay and dealing with that action. So, but again, who am I to say that is wrong? Because I don't know the reason why we exist. I only have pieces of puzzles that tells me that this is an illusion, there's no real, it's just a game. But I don't have more. I met people that had the near-death experiences that told me that while they were in the other side, they had the answers to the reason why we come to life, and that's because God, it's always the same story. All those people that claim to have a near-death experience always telling the same story, if they met entities and if they got answers to their questions. We come to life to learn lessons, to become love, to understand love, and then becomes like gods. But I won't deny that they actually gain this knowledge when they're on the other side, or they get those information from entities they met when they're on the other side. Same, I won't deny that people that had this huge mystical experiences, or people on, taking certain drugs, they, a lot of them, they had the same experience that the people that died, that came back, had. So I won't deny that. It's possible, because everything is possible. But it doesn't answer to my biggest question. If God, or the creator, or the universe, whatever you want to call it, if can create all of this, obviously it doesn't need anything. It's already all. So why we are here? Why this entity needs to create less like inferior entities so they can learn and so on. So I don't have the answer. I stopped all. I haven't really stopped. I still searching. That's the reality, but not anymore with an obsession to have an answer. I'm here. I couldn't commit suicide myself, and I'm here, and I just try to be the best version I can, trying to be as kind as I can, and it's not easy. I won't judge anyone that tried or succeeded in committing suicide. Life seems like it's created to make us suffer. We were born into a system that literally it's built in a way that will try to smash us on the ground physically, emotionally, and mentally. We are constantly, we are fighting. We are fighting with our inner demons. We are fighting with a system that literally try to destroy us mentally, physically, and spiritually, and emotionally. We're fighting, with the environment that is built to destroy you emotionally. So it's constantly like a challenge. It's constantly a fight, a struggle. Then, if for whatever reason you are different than the majority, so you even fight against a society that won't accept you for who you are because you are not like the majority. So it's a constant fight and struggle. Most of us are aware that we are a mystery, and some other people are more conscious and aware, and cannot just move on with what being told by society, and question and question and question, and it becomes, and when you are on this in a stage in life where you're questioning all your existence, while you need to go through the system bullshit, it becomes even harder, because you already understand that basically nothing makes sense, and maybe all you want is to be in love, in peace with everyone, but you're not, basically almost not allowed. So you really becomes really hard, and then the reality is, if you don't have something to hold on, all you have left is suicide, because you cannot handle anymore the pain psychologically. So I totally understand, and how can I judge it? Again, religions are human made up fairy tale, and they do judge, saying that suicide is wrong. But again, religion, we make religions, and we, make those stories, those religions. We make them in a way that fit what we believe. So we create stories around those religions that basically fit what we are afraid of or what we're happy about, and so on. So religions will always judge it, and over the years, over the centuries, religion became a tool for, for control, to control people, and a lot of the things that religion says nowadays are basically just written in a way to basically control and have power over you psychologically and mentally. Now, religions, they lost a lot of their meaning. I mean, we still hold in religions because they gave us a sort of answer that helped us to go through this mystery, but doesn't have anymore that power over us, because now there is social medias, there is the TV, there is internet, there are the smartphones that constantly remind us of our society bullshit, and they can control us psychologically much more in depth that used to be before. So I made my way to the point. So I don't want to say the name. I actually wrote the name on the post I made, but I just realized that if basically you're just advertising a spot for people to commit suicide, and as much I don't judge it as a right or wrong, but I know that whoever commits suicide is basically leaving everybody else fucked. So that somehow is another way to prevent you from committing suicide. So anyway, the point is a point on the cliffs where people, is a very famous point, and people go there to kill himself. So I decided to make my way to that cliff, and I walked up and down the hills. It was just a wonderful day, sunny, the sea was just gorgeous. And once I arrived, I sat and started to meditate. And I remember that after a few minutes, I started to feel a pressure just here, like something was trying to come out. Now, spiritualist believes that we have a third eye, and once it's activated, that's when we develop our psychic abilities. Could be possible. But it was really literally here, and I could feel it. It was kind of like try to leave. So I keep meditating, and I wish to this soul, wherever it was, to be in peace. And everything was interrupted by cars behind me, and I opened my eyes, I turned around, and there was all the coastguards. All the coastguards are searching for something in the sea. Obviously, someone saw me. Someone thought that I was there to end my life, contacted the coastguards. They arrived and started to ask me questions. One of them recognized me from the week before, when we found the the belongings of that girl, and obviously there was no way they would leave without me. And obviously it's their job. They've been seeing so many over the years that they had to be sure that the person doesn't stay, or they cannot leave leaving the person there. So we start to talk, and obviously they are trained to get information from people, and you know what I did, very naive. I told them when much like many years earlier, I tried to commit suicide myself. So obviously, if they wouldn't live without me before, now there was no way they would leave. So they played a trick, and they tells me like, oh, look at now it's it's a Sunday and it's late, there is no more buses back to the hotel, because I stayed in a hotel. The company I was working paid for the hotel. And when they took me, we went to the, we walked to the cars. Who they handed me to the police. And the police gave me a nice ride to the police station. So, initially I was a bit stressed, but I knew what was going on. And they explained, very kindly that, they need to be sure that I didn't have a suicidal thoughts. So they want me to talk to a psychologist that they could, assess. They could basically, she could judge if she could decide. She could tell she could tell them if I had suicidal thoughts or not, so that they could let me go. So we had a good conversation, and I totally understand the police a reason to do that, and it's really nice to just want to be sure that I didn't harm myself. And it was thinking about it, I was thinking like it's sarcastic how the same people, they were so nice, and make sure that I wouldn't want to kill myself, and are the same people that if they tell them that they need to beat me up to death because I don't comply with their boss ideas, they would, if the government tell them like this guy is someone that doesn't listen to the law, you needed to beat him up and lock him in jail for the rest of the day, they will, without questioning. At the end, police are mercenary, they just do what they are paid for. And it was crazy thinking that those people, at the end, so nice and so kind, that they would, they would just like fucking smash my head if I didn't match their, boss's idea about what is right and wrong. So it was kind of like, just was make me, it gave me a lot to think about. Anyway, after a few hours, and finally, the lady, it was a lady that was asking me questions, like the psychologist, basically, and realized that I wasn't there to kill myself. Genuinely, I wanted to just meditate and pray. And she let me go, and the police gave me a ride back to the hotel. That at the end of the story, at least saved me money for the bus, because actually there was buses that would take me back to the hotel. So it's very complicated. It's very hard. It's very hard to go through life, you know, and sometimes all you want is just to get the fuck out from the system, but life won't allow you, because they might give you responsibility you didn't ask for, and you cannot leave them. And sometimes you could leave them, you could leave those responsibility, maybe that imply to take care about other people, but then you can't, because you feel that the right things is to look after those people. So you are stuck in a system that you don't want to be, but you have there have been choices have been made, not from you or from me, but from something else, and you stuck. So again, what is life? Don't know. Is a suicide right or wrong? I don't know. All I know is that this existence is created to make sure that you stay. Why? Again, I don't know. All I want at this point is to be kind and make those other people like me that are struggling, understanding life. I want them to feel better, to feel happy. So I don't know if this is the answer to life, but I feel that makes me feel better, and if helping people makes them feel better, I think that's already a win. And I think that there is no really more to know about life, you know. Once that whatever is the reason we decided to play this game, then like what it is the most beautiful thing, then play a game where all the players are happy, isn't it? Have a good day.